I want to talk to you about coaching proposal template. And in today's conversation, I really want to go in depth into the core features, the pros and cons of a coaching proposal template. So here's a summary I want you to pay attention to. So writing a convincing proposal can be the most important step in your sales proposal as a coach, that's for sure. And the time has come to pitch your services and sell yourself, right? But you know that your good vibes and charm are not enough to close the deal and get more clients. You can be charismatic, you can be everything, but you got to have a specific methodology when it comes to closing clients a lot faster. So when is it actually time to drop your coaching proposal? If you choose to use one, your coaching proposal should be sent to your prospect within 1 to 3 days after your discovery session. So don't wait too long, otherwise they'll forget you. You're not the only one that they're seeing, by the way. Okay, never ever ever send a proposal before you actually talk to your client personally and explore what they need. The discovery session is actually for both of you to see whether there is a synergy between you, especially if you are a life coach. This is where your prospect decides if you are the kind of professional they want to work with. And it has to be let's say a two-way street, right? You have to also feel the vibes that are coming from that client. And so it's also the time to judge whether your qualifications are right for the client, the prospect rather, not the client, the prospect. And if he or she is the kind of client you are willing to work with. So this is a general reminder to get clear on your ideal client profile and really use this discovery sessions not just to make an impression, but to also evaluate who you are about to take on as a client. So it's basically, as I said before, a two-way street. So that's very important. And so once you get a sense of the client's needs, you want to evaluate if they fit your ideal client profile. Once you're confident that you have just the right package for them, it's time to drop the proposal on the table. You can also skip the proposal and send them straight to your landing page, booking page, or coaching shop page. That's really important. And but you are here because you wanted to dig a little bit into proposals. So let's keep going. Let me first explain to you how to really structure everything. So here are the contents of your coaching proposal. Okay, what should you include in a winning coaching proposal? First of all, you want to reference your discovery call. Obviously, if you're sending a proposal to them, that means that the discovery call went well, right? It's a nice personal touch to tell your prospects that it was great meeting them and to thank them for their time. A much better way to start off an email than, so here's how much I charge, isn't it, right? Something like, I enjoyed our conversations the other day, or thank you for taking the time to tell me your stories. That this will do. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to really razzle dazzle the client. He or she will see through it. Be very straightforward and be direct. And so you want to appear as honest. And so, but starting off with this sort of nice touch gives them a reminder of the experience and establishes also a rapport with them. And you need that rapport. So that's number one. Number two, you need to tell the clients, or the prospects rather, why they qualify. In other words, your prospects should know that this is not a copied and pasted email you are sending to every single soul on the planet. Okay, but a really a thought through plan for their unique problems. Tell your prospects what made you think that their challenges are the perfect match for a specific package of yours that you are suggesting for them to take. Okay, and you can mention, for instance, the value added. You can mention the intention or goal that your coachee defined for themselves in the discovery session, and explain how the package will help them get exactly there. In essence, in your proposal, you have to really do a one important thing. You have to establish a connection between the pain point that the prospect identified for you during the discovery call and the solution that you are providing. And there has to be an exact match. In other words, see a pinpoint action reaction, pinpoint solution. That's how you are going to increase your chances of winning the deal. And you have to actually have a strong proposal, but also reference the conversation. That way the client knows that, okay, you are not actually using a copied and pasted template for them. you are doing something bespoke. If you're thinking about a coaching proposal, you want to share your coaching packages with them. Share your coaching packages with a client right away, with a prospect right away. You are running a coaching business. You're not a charity. You're not a philanthropy. So you have to actually talk about money. But you have to do this in a very smooth way, in a very sort of indirect way. So from here on, your proposal can be templatized, which means you only need to write it once for each package or client profile and reuse it with minor tweaks. Ideally, you should share only one package with your new prospect based on the exact solution that they're looking for, right? I mean, if you have a clear idea about their pain points, that means you have the exact solution for them. So if you've done the work on structuring your coaching packages well, you have an easy job here. Add a summary to your email or share a more fleshed out version of your package in a deck or on a page of your website. And your package should always include the duration, the outcome, the format, and the pricing of your coaching program. And if your prospect qualifies for a discount, this is the time to tell them about their special rate or give them a promo code for your checkout page. So that's kind of cool. And if you offer slightly complex packages with a combination of, let's say, formats or a semi-automated program flow, it's worth including an FAQ at the end of your presentation or page. Don't make up general self-explanatory questions to seem more professional. Okay, don't do that. Only use this section if you actually notice the same questions being asked by prospects before or even after signing up for your packages. Next thing you want to do here is you want to outline the next steps. So after you have pitched your irresistible offer, you need to answer the obvious question, now what, right? Because the prospect is actually waiting for, let's say, the next step from you. What's next? So you want to guide your new clients on how they can get started with the process, such as making the payment. They have to make the payment, very important. They have to sign the contract, and they have to book the appointment for their first session. And so that's kind of cool. And with the right software, you can save a whole lot of explaining and back and forth by sending your clients, your prospects. You can send them a single link that includes their contract, payment, and scheduling. And once they sign with you, they can pay the fees right then and there and schedule their first session only once that's done. So that's kind of cool. One thing you want to do here is you want to give your prospect a deadline, because see, the thing is you don't want to put pressure on the prospect, but you got to really put things in a chronology way. Okay, the thing is that you're not trying to put pressure, but you want to set your own boundaries as a professional service provider. Again, going back to what I said a little earlier, you are a coach, you are running a business, so boundaries that your clients need to respect in order to work with you. That's what you're doing now. Okay, so the deadline is there to sort of help you out. Know if the client is serious or not. If this prospect, rather, it will be a serious client or not. You don't necessarily have to use scarcity and marketing, although it does work. You can simply ask them to get back to you before a certain date to ensure this offer with the same price is still available for them. You can also set a deadline for a package to expire automatically using the right software. So that's kind of cool. Remember, you are running a business, right? And so your time is valuable, and you want to work with people who are decisive and committed to their transformation. So it's only fair for you to really allocate your time, your resources, your energy to the right folks who are going to help you actually achieve your goals as a coach as well. The next thing you want to do is you want to be approachable. So basically, don't forget that you have to be open to your prospects' questions. If you've done a great job with your proposal, there probably will not be any, but if there are, you can add them to your FAQ or take it as feedback and simplify your proposal. That's really important to think about, especially in the long run. One thing for sure, I want to make sure that you can move as fast as possible, because the bottom line here is that again, your time is really valuable, and if your prospects rather, is not moving fast, then it's time to move on to the next one. That's really important. That's the strategy you got to have. So let me share with you a template here. So I want to share with you a winning coaching proposal template, and we're going to put this on the screen here. So here is a simple proposal for you to use and personalize for your own business. Of course, this is by no means the only way to pitch your services. And you might actually, as a matter of fact, do this very differently if you are just starting off, starting to offer sessions versus if you are a seasoned coach launching your best selling services. Okay, this is one of those things where you got to ask yourself, are you a neophyte or are you an experienced coach? So we're going to put this on the screen. So this is a template, a simple template that should be able to get you started. So dear Mary, I really enjoyed our conversation yesterday, or it can be 2 days ago or 3 days ago, or you actually you can be specific on the date and hour. By the way, you can also put the hour. You can say, I really enjoyed our conversation yesterday at 3 p.m. or yesterday between 3 p.m. and 4. The more specific, the better. Try to be as bespoke as possible. And you can say, thank you for taking the time to tell me about your area of coaching goals. It can be your life goals or your career improvement goals or your business improvement goals. I mean, whatever. So based on what you told me about your area of coaching, I believe the best strategy to achieve these goals is through, then here you actually have to specify the solution. And again, the solution has to be in direct correlation to the pain point that the prospect has shared with you during the discovery call. And you continue, I have worked with clients like you who client's problem or client's pain point. And over the years, I have developed a proven strategy to, again, you want to reiterate the solution here. And the solution has to be really clear and transparent. And here is what this would look like. Here is a recap of the package. Here you put the package name program I shared with you during our conversation yesterday. Now here, if you did not share share this with them during the conversation, you can tweak the phrase, the sentence here to match whatever happened yesterday when you talked to them. So you show the coaching package. So you can say, to get started with our collaboration, all you need to do is sign this standard agreement and pay the advance via, this can be PayPal, it can be Mighty Networks, it can be Numi, it can be another platform. It really depends. It can be Better Mode, okay? And you show the link to your package. And you say, once this is done, you can schedule the first session right away on the same page. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Looking forward to working with you. And you just sign off. And pretty straightforward, nothing complicated. Let me give you a few warnings here. So there are common mistakes to avoid in your coaching proposal, and this is really important. Do not be too salesy, and don't write a vague proposal. And the third mistake that I want you to really remember is you got to follow up. Do not forget to follow up. Let me first talk to you about being too salesy. Of course, I understand you are running a business. You want to close the deal. You want to close the sale. You want to actually think about revenue. That's for sure, right? In a world where ad blindness is a skill kids grow up with and we're tired of being sold to, authenticity is a more important feature than ever. So if you don't want to sound like a car salesman or, just say a salesperson selling the magic pill of transformation, stay honest and down to earth in your communication. So you want to treat every prospect, no matter what, like a new relationship, not just like a customer, right? I want you to think about the long term as opposed to the short term. When you think about long term, there are certain things you are not supposed to do vis-a-vis that particular prospect. So being straightforward about who you are and what your process is as a coach is all you need to do. And then let go of the rest, okay? Believe in karma. Believe in what you offer, and the right people will say yes to you. It's all it is. Don't try to chase people. Don't try to really pursue all leads no matter what. No, do your best and wait for the universe, quote unquote, to reward you. Also, writing a vague proposal is a big no-no. One of the most common mistakes that coaches make is not addressing their client's problem and articulating the solution they offer to solve it, right? If you remember a little earlier, I mentioned what? Pain point and your solution. Those have to be clear. You have to really understand the client's pain point and what your solution is, specifically how it can address that pain point. And what sets a nice to have coach apart from the only professional they can possibly think of working with is being super specific on the outcome. You got to be super specific. So you want to draw from the testimonials of your previous clients, for instance, and use the prospect's own language to articulate what your packages really offer. And again, be transparent and be granular here. Another big no-no is to forget to follow up, right? So basically, if you follow up, that it just means that you don't care about the client. And the client is not going to forgive you because remember, they actually took out of their time, they took 30 minutes, 1 hour of their time to to have a conversation with you. The best you can do is to actually follow up. And following up doesn't mean actually sending an email. You don't even have to call. You can do things in an automatic way. And so there'll be an email sent out automatically or a text message for that matter sent out automatically. Okay. I mean, we left the most important one for the end. We tend to think that no answer means no, but actually an email can easily get lost in between the plethora of newsletters we sign up to or get open at a red light and then be forgotten in the whirlwind of a busy Monday or Tuesday for that matter. So following up is not desperate. Read that again. I'm not saying that you will sound desperate if you follow up. It just means you are interested in cultivating that relationship. You only follow up once, by the way. You only follow up once. Do not try to really chase that prospects over and over and over. You follow up once. If they do not respond, then you just move on. A one-line email is enough to bump up the conversation in your prospect's mailbox and ask for a definite yes or no. It might go like this. Hey Jay, I was wondering if you are able to make a decision about the above. If you have any questions, just let me know. That's it. Keep it simple. Send this to your potential client before the deadline you define in your proposal and keep it to no more than 2 follow-up emails, 1 or 2 follow-up emails, okay? And if you still don't hear back from them, you can move on knowing that you've done everything. Remember, it's all about you doing everything you can and the universe blessing you, right? So, and if you do, this simple gesture might turn that maybe into a yes or to another story of a transformation later on. You never know. Sometimes timing is not what we think timing should be, right? Maybe you want the contract to be signed right now and your prospect is not ready or this is not the right time for this to happen. So you have to accept that from a timing perspective. Sometimes things happen for a reason and you have to accept that in coaching as well. So in our ending remarks are pretty clear. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about a coaching proposal. I gave you the summary, the contents, the templates, and the warnings. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.